Alright, everything looks good, sweet. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hello, Autumn. Glad to see you here, babe. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to go ahead and hop in. Meanwhile, I'm gonna play with my stapler. And take a sip. I did make an announcement out, didn't I? Okay, good. Hello, welcome to the stream source. Welcome to the stream Arxality. Glad to see you guys here. And actually, I need to do something quick. Sweet, there we go. Alright, just gonna wait for a couple more people to come on in and then we'll get started. Sweet. Yes, sir, RX Saudi, you do have power. Will Gumi be a feature of the stream? I don't know, he's sleeping in bed, so probably not. Alright. I'm hoping more people would join. Let's see if I go here. It says I have 5 concurrent viewers at the moment. Well, not. Well, actually, that contradicts, but oh well. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and get started. More people will roll in soon. So, this is stream number 5 or 6 on this little code marathon we have of us building our MP3 player. We have about almost 500 lines of code. But the good news is this should be our very, very last stream. Actually, it's going to be our last stream because we're going to be finishing up with one key component of our program here. 7th stream, really. Well, I'm going to go do some reading. See you, man. Alright, well, you have a good one. Have a great read. And 7th stream. Okay, I thought I did less than that, but oh well. But if I go ahead and show you guys what our program looks like right now, this is it. So this is what we have made so far. Basically what we did is we finally added in our playlist functionality. So now we can actually add in songs like this one for an example. And maybe a couple other ones. Actually, I want to find one that's not gonna get my stream demonetized, but okay, oh well, who cares? It's gonna happen anyway. But as you can see, we can finally add in our stream or add in our songs. Sorry. And now, if I just turn the volume down a little bit, and play it. As you can see, our song works, and if I click the next button, it goes to the next song. Back, goes to the last song, and it updates all this as it goes. Same with the title, same with the path, all that. And if I hit stop, it just stops the whole thing completely. So that's about what we have so far. But what we are going to do this stream is we're going to actually add in our settings window, which is going to be from this button here. Now, our settings button isn't going to really do much. It's just supposed to basically make the skeleton of a settings window, and all we're really going to be doing is just having maybe one or two things change. But the idea of it from this stream is we can learn how we can add more functionality to our settings as we go. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, what we need to do is we need to make an actual function called settings. And if I go to my buttons, wherever those are, actually, I know what I want to do. I'm going to have to close all this out. Get out of there. There we go. If we go to our actual settings button, as you see, we still have no command for it. That's what's going to change it. We're going to go ahead and make a function that will be invoked once we click the button. My brother is watching the stream, lol. Well, that's sweet. Flipping the copyright coin with this one. Yeah, you know, I've been flipping it a lot lately, but since this is the last stream and I'll be returning back to videos, obviously now my videos don't have music in them anymore, so we won't necessarily have to deal with the copyright coin anymore. But it is sad that we had to have dealt with that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on writing our new method, and we can just call this settings. And we're not going to put anything in the parameters. It's not going to take a value. It's just going to invoke this whole method, and it's going to basically do what we want it to do. Now, basically the whole idea is, if I go ahead and run this code again, when I click on this button, I want a pop-up window, like a small pop-up window to show up. The title will say settings, and then there will be like a label with bold text to say settings, and then at the bottom will be like apply and okay and all that good stuff. That's what we want to do. And basically how that's going to work is we're going to use a sequencer class called top level. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in a variable name. We're going to call it settings window. And we're going to set it equal to top level. Yep. And we have to blit this to self. Now, if I go ahead and type in settings window.main loop, or actually, oh, that's why. Misspell. Alright, now if I go ahead and run this, and wait a minute, nope, I need to do this first. So, we set our invoke command to settings. Now if I go ahead and click this button, it'll open up this window. Now as you see, it's just like a normal sequencer window, but there's one problem. We can open up like 1,000. Now, why would we want that to work? I mean, this is going to take up a lot of memory. Actually, let's do a little science experiment. Let's see how much memory this can take up. So, where is code? Okay, so it's actually taking up 2% of our memory. Let's just keep running that. Let's just keep hitting this button. Let's see how terrible this can get. Yeah, you know, it's funny because you could make this into a while true loop, and it'll just basically create a window bomb. And it actually, okay, so Visual Studios is beginning to take a hit. It just doubled its amount of memory usage. So that's pretty nice. We can make a pretty stupid thing out of here. Now, if I go ahead and hit this X button, obviously it all gets destroyed. But the idea is we don't want to open up multiple. Now, I actually forgot how we could stop that, but I will look into it very shortly. So no worries. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start adding content to our settings window. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to add some images. Primarily, or actually, we don't even need to do that here. We can do that right here. And all I want to do is just type in check image PK photo image, and in here I'm going to type in image.open, and here's going to be images.check, images/check.png, and then checkbox, image.open, and what have I, okay, I just called it checkbox. All right. There we go. Now, I have this in a test 2 thing. I have this in a test 2 file. And basically this is just a prototype of how like the checkbox I have set up is going to work. Now, if I go ahead and click run code, and actually let me get rid of this BD equals 0. That was just something I was testing out earlier. But if I go ahead and run this prototype, as you see, we get this. If it will let me. Oh wait, never mind. That's the ChatGPT code. Whoops. Oh yep, go ahead. I use ChatGPT sometimes. But this is the thing I was talking about. So this is a regular button right here, and it just has text next to it. Basically, all I did was I had a label gridded like right next to the button. If I click this button, makes a check mark. Now, if I go back to the GPT code and click this one, as you can see, this is like an actual check button right here, this small little white box. That is an actual check button that Tkinter has. Now, they also have a radio button, which is like the same thing, but a circle. Now, you're probably wondering, why don't I just use those? Well, the reason why is I think they look freaking ugly. They look stupid. Alright, they don't look good. So what I did to circumvent that was I just made my own check button with the use of a regular normal button and then images. Now the images are off Flaticon, however I have edited them significantly enough to where I don't necessarily have to give credit. But of course, if you do use somebody else's images, like off of Flaticon or any vector, any free vector art website, do be sure to credit them unless you buy a license and actually have a license to use it. So just keep that in mind. But these two I've edited enough to where, I mean, I can't really, like, I don't think I legally have to actually credit them at this point because I changed it so much to the point where, you know, it is what it is. But as you can see, this looks a whole lot better. I mean, it looks nicer, looks sleeker. It actually looks like a check button. So that's what we're going to use today. Now, coming here, we have these two here as well now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our settings window, and we are just going to make a label with big text. And we're going to call it just title label. Now, this time we don't pass in self. We need to pass in settings window, because that is the master of, well, where we want the label at. This is the master, and this is where we want our label to be blidded at. If we do self, all this is going to do is when we invoke this settings button, and if we keep self here, it'll just split it to the bottom of our main window. So we're going to use window or settings window. We're going to use text, and we are just going to call this settings. We're going to set font, and then we're going to use some sort of font, and I'm thinking maybe medium bold or large bold, so medium font bold. We'll try that out. And we're just going to type in title label dot font, or title label dot grid, sorry. And we are going to put in row 0, column 0, and in column span it's going to be 2. And we can add in some padding, so pad x equals 10, pad y equals 10. And actually, we can add a little bit more padding on the horizontal axis, just so we get a little bit of a wider window. Now, if I go ahead and click this, as you can see, we now have this little window that just says settings. That's all it says. Now, I can still resize it, but I don't really want to resize it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more padding. So I'm thinking like maybe 100 will be good. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, there we go. Actually, let's maybe do 80. Yeah, maybe 80 would look better. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a lot better. And now all we need to do is just type in settings window dot resizable. I'm going to set both height and width equal to false. I think it could be helpful when trying to get the brain juices flowing. Yeah, honestly, I used to hate ChatGPT, but I think it can be useful, like, for some inspiration. Maybe if you're ever, like, stuck on something and don't know how to go about it. I mean, I think you could trust AI a little bit with giving you some inspiration on where to start and, like, how to go about it. But I honestly would not trust it doing the program for you. I mean, I think that's just silly. I mean, where's the fun in that? You know, coding's supposed to be fun, even though it gives you a big fat headache sometimes. But as you can see, we now have this settings window. Now, I want to change the icon here, which is this thing. Now, I believe we can do that via bitmap image. I believe there's a bitmap image. So, actually, yeah, bitmap image. And then, oh, we can use photo image and then just settings image. There we go. All right. And then we can do settings window dot icon. And then we could just pass an icon. Now, if I go ahead and run this, I wonder what it'll do. Okay, so gave us an error. Line 365. All right. Return non-string type photo image. Okay, so maybe I can't do that. So maybe I actually have to use this. So settings, and it has to be an ICO file. But I wonder if I can use PNG for now. I wonder if that'll work. Okay, so it does need to, yeah. Or wait, no, actually, that's a separate issue. Images / settings.png. I do believe this has to be an ICO, which I'll show you guys how we can make an ICO later. And yeah, so this is a formatter, so it does need to be an ICO. So I'm gonna make a little comment here. Make PNG into a settings.ico file. Ooh, that looks nice. Thank you, babe. But what we need to do is we need to convert this to a settings.ico file, which I'll show you guys how to do this later. But I think if I actually go and run this code in... Okay, so it actually won't do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this as a comment. There we go. I'll just do that. Sweet. Yeah, so boom. On here. All right, bet. Sweet. Okay, that works. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to make a we're going to make our first button, which is just going to be like a start muted button. Now you're probably wondering, well, why would we want the program to start muted? Well, some people have their volume really loud just because they might be a bit deaf, or they might have some problem with their ears, and we don't want the song to immediately start blasting when they play it. We want the program to start muted so that way they can go ahead and set the volume themselves instead of having it at a default 50, excuse me. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to go to our options, and this is just settings.json, and we're going to go up here. Now, what I need to do is type in with open settings/options.json. We're going to open it in read mode, and we're going to label this file as F. Now, we're going to type in self.data, or data, is going to be equal to json.load. Now, I actually need to import JSON in here, so I'm just going to do that. Now, JSON is, in fact, a built-in library, so you don't have to pip install anything like you do with TinyTag, Pygame, and Pillow. So all these other things besides these three I have highlighted, you know, they're all pre-installed when you get Python. So we now have defined self.data. Now what we can do is we can come down here. Where is that settings? Okay, let's get. Okay, yeah, it's right here. What we can do is we can go ahead and make a button, and we can do start muted button, set it equal to a button, and pass it into settings window, and we're gonna set the image to, actually no, we're not gonna set an image yet. Instead, what we are gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and invoke a command, and we're gonna put it in as none for now. And we can go ahead and add a relief. Yeah. Set relief as flat, and then start muted button.grid. And we actually need the column is equal to 0. And the column span is going to be none, so we don't even need that. But row needs to be 1. We need to make row equal to 1 because we want it to be down below the settings thing. And what we can do here is, actually, let's go ahead and see what that looks like. No such file or directory. Say what? Okay, I just had that backwards. So this is actually options/settings.json. Okay, there we go. Now, if I go back down to here, go ahead and run the code. Press settings button. Why isn't the button showing? Oh, wait, that's because I don't have an image yet. Go figure. Okay. So we need to go to our settings.json, and I'm just going to drag that. There we go. drag that over here, and I'm going to go inside his curly braces, and we're going to put in two things. Volume, which we're going to set equal to 0 for now, and then we're going to put in start underscore muted. And we're going to set this equal to false. Now, something to note about JSON is this was originally made for JavaScript. So the naming conventions should actually be in JavaScript. So we're going to actually change that right there. This is called camo case, something commonly used in JavaScript or just JS. And false is always going to be a capital F, not uppercase like in Python. So that's just good practice. Now, of course, it does not matter if you use JavaScript naming convention in the JSON file while you're using snake case or any other way you like to name your variables and methods on here. This is just what I prefer to do. I think it looks nicer, and I think it's good practice if you're ever coding in other programming languages. But of course, it doesn't matter. That's just more of just the way it looks. At least to me it is. Some people might see it as a little bit more, I guess, serious. But other than that, what we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to go ahead and set a couple if conditionals here. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in if self.data. And then we're going to put in start muted is true. Then we want the button's image to be a check mark. So we're going to go ahead and type in start muted button .config image, and we're going to set it equal to the check image. Now we can just copy this, and we can call it, and we just change that to elif because we want it to be in the same conditional. But we're going to check if this is false now, and if it's false, we're going to do the checkbox. I believe that's what I called it. We should actually call it checkbox image, just stick with the same naming convention. Now if I go ahead and run this, it should automatically give us an image. Yep. And then we can click it as many times as we want. Now we need to actually make a method for this button that we have here. So we're going to call this def set start muted bool. And we're not going to pass anything, but instead what we're going to do is we're going to type in self.data. Or actually, I'm sorry. We're going to copy this here. Let's tab all of that. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in self.data start muted, and we're going to set it to false. And in here, we're going to type in self.data, and then we're going to set it to true. So in other words, if start muted is true, then we're going to set it to false, and if it's false, we're going to set it to true. So we're just switching the Boolean values. And after that, we're going to type in with open options/settings.json. And this time we're going to open it in writing mode, so we're going to put in a W. And we're going to label the file as F. Then we're going to type in json.dump self.data F. And we're going to set indentation equal to 4. That way we get it indented just like this. So if I go ahead and run all this, run our debug, run code, click on settings, and it's not doing anything. Why is that? Oh, that's because I haven't set the command yet. So I'm going to type in set muted bool. Alright, so as you can see, if you look at the JSON file, it is setting between true and false, true and false, true and false, and it's also changing the image. So, if I go ahead and leave this as true, and I run the code, it's gonna leave it as a check mark. Now, as to why it's not doing that, I'm not sure. Okay, I know why. We actually need to copy this statement here. We need to bring it down into... Actually, wait a minute, we can't do that. Huh, okay. Yeah, no, because we can't necessarily... Actually, can we? Can we do that? We're gonna try it. Okay, I figured. But maybe we can globalize this. Global start mute button. Okay, and back tab of that. Let's see if this works now. Start mute button is not defined. 511, but I just globalized it. Okay, well that's dumb. Let's see what I did in my code right over here. Okay, so that's a little strange. Wonder why that's not working. Okay, so we have it as false. So right now, start muted is false. If I click it, it's gonna be true. And if it's false, okay, so something's not right. So it's not actually changing the image until we click it a second time. So that's not supposed to happen. Okay. What did I do here that allowed it to change that? Yeah, this needs to be else. I think it should be else, yeah. And if I go ahead and try it again. So that's the same issue. If I go down here and type in start muted button dot config. Yeah, let me copy this actually. Yeah, start muted button is not defined. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, so it's actually only occurring in 511. So it's not occurring in 509. 509 is apparently okay. Oh wait, never mind. It's because this is false. So it's just skipping over that. It's not even running this. I forgot. Okay, so this is a separate problem. Okay, so maybe actually what I need to do is I need to remove that. Yeah. Rid of this. Get rid of this globalization statement. And then just do that. Right? Okay. No, can't do that. It has to be down here. Yeah. See, yeah, I set it to true. So, you know what? What did I do with the mute one? I think I'm going to copy the same structure as the mute button. Muted equals not muted. Okay. Self.data start muted equals not self.data start muted. Okay. And then what's this gonna do? Or, I'm sorry, what's this gonna do if I go up to mute? Okay, so if that why am I in okay, let's get out of here. Actually, what did I even do here? Yeah. Let's get rid of that because that might be important later. Alright. You guys have any recommendations of what I can do to fix that? I wonder if this works. What a fun spot to be in. I've been debugging some of my stuff, so I'm not fully sure either. Oh, isn't that the realest thing I've heard today? Okay, let's try this. What, huh? How? No file or directory images slash check. What are you talking about? In line 93. How did that get changed? Okay, whatever. Okay, we fixed it. Alright, so it appears to be fixed. But let me try it again just to be sure. So right now it's true. Okay. False. True. Okay, sweet. So we fixed it. So the problem was we were switching the value in the actual if and else blocks. Where we should have been making it just like the muted structure, or the mute structure, where we just switch it before we get into the if statements. And then if start muted is false. We'll just leave that as a comment there. So that should be good. Okay, sweet. I wonder how long I've been streaming. 42 minutes. 42 minutes just to fix a stupid error. Okay. So that's fixed. Good. Now what we need to do is we need to come down here and we need to get rid of this volume slider, and we need to type in if self.data start muted is false, or is true. Then or actually we can do is if self.muted. That's actually another way we can do that. Is this live going 24 hours? Oh, no. No. I usually only live stream for about 1 hour to 2 hours long, but not 24 hours. I mean, there are people I've seen that went coding on a live stream for like 12 hours. I think Tech with Tim does that kind of stuff a lot. I can't do it. I mean, I just can't sit down in front of a screen and do it for that long. I mean, actually, correction. I probably could do it for like half that amount of time, but I'm not going to because it's just really exhausting. But anyway, if self.data start muted is true, then what we're going to do is we're going to type in volume slider dot set. It's going to be 0. And then else volume slider dot set, and we can do yeah, actually self dot data volume. There we go. So if it starts muted, then it's going to set to 0, and if it is not, if start muted is false, then it's going to set it to whatever this value is here, which in our case is 0, but we're going to eventually change it to, we're going to make it to where it'll change when we activate the slider command. Okay, it's not good to the brain, good luck. Yeah, you're right, it's not good to the brain, but thank you for the good luck anyways. Probably will never ever do that. Actually, I'm going to remove this time down to here. And come back up here. Okay. So that's okay. So we're done with this here. We can actually close this one out. And we need to make a label. So start muted label is going to be equal to label. Settings window. It's thinking it's a button. Thank you, tab 9. You are screwing my life up. Text is going to be start muted. Font is going to be tiny font bold. Why are you trying to make a command? Please, tab 9, behave. And then we are going to, actually that's it. Yeah. And then it's just start muted button. grid. This time we're going to put on the same row because we want it to be beside the actual button, so row 1. But we want it to be next to it, and it's going to be column 1. Now if I go ahead and run this code, actually, oh, sweet. So our if conditional down here works because it just said to mute. All right, sweet. Okay, why are you all the way on the side? That's not right. So it looks like we have a bit of a problem here. Okay, that's why. Now, add y, it's going to be equal to like 20. Actually, let's do 10 for now. And let's add that to the button itself as well. Alright, that should not happen. I mean, we got the right idea. But we want it to be a lot closer than that. But I think the problem is because of this pad X here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove it. Not really much I can do. Okay, sweet. So that's a lot better. Now, what I could do is I could do some spacing. So that way we have some empty spaces in the string. See, so that looks a lot better. So 6 spaces. Alright, sweet. But I don't want that now. Loading emoji. Yeah, that's about my brain at the moment. Okay. What do we want to do? Let's actually get rid of that real quick. So that's actually not going to work. Because if we add spaces, it's still going to space out this part here, and we don't want that. Maybe I can add a column span to this. And then pad X equals like 80 or something. No, it's just gonna... Is there a justify? No. I really want it to be beside that, but it's not gonna do it. I mean, it's gonna be 1 by default. Yeah. Yes, this is not gonna work. I mean, I could set it in a frame. Yeah, I could set it in a frame. Let's do that. So actually, settings frame. It's going to be equal to frame. Settings.window. And then here it's going to be settings frame.pack. And then pad X is going to be equal to like 80. Then all these here is going to be changed to settings frame. Okay, I think that works. Okay, sweet. So now we have that. Great. Now we have that nice little spacing here while we still keep the window pretty nice. Now what we can do is I want to change that size of that check button. So I think I'm going to go in here between this pink and yellow parenthesis. I'm going to type in resize. And then it's going to be a tuple it takes in, so 16, 16. We're going to paste that right there. And I think, okay, yeah, so that makes it look a lot better. Now, it's got that little sunken effect. I don't know how to get rid of that. I tried doing some research. At this point, I don't think you can. So I just honestly left it alone because as you see, I still have it here and all that. But yeah. Speaking of, I actually need to work on the mute and settings or the slider volume now. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and close this out because we don't need it at the moment. What I'm gonna do is I'm now gonna type in self.data.set, or no, self.data volume is equal to volume slider.get. Sweet. And then all we need to do is just the width open self.data, or what am I thinking? I'm sorry. Option/settings.json, WSF, json.dump, self.data, F, and then it's going to be 4. Now, if I go ahead and run this, okay, so it does change the volume there. Gumi is just laying. Yeah, he's sleeping. I'm not gonna bother him today. But sweet. So we now have the volume actually set. Okay, so this is a different number. That's only because, yeah. All right. Now, what I need to do is, so that's fixed. Now I need to come down here, all the way at the very bottom of our code. So if it starts muted, then it's going to set to 0. Else, okay, sweet. So I have mine as volume 1. Now I need to type in pygame.mixer.music.volume, or set volume is what it is. And it's just going to be self.data volume. Now if I run this, it should say 71 when I run this. No. Okay. Why did it not do that? Okay, it's because I have start muted set to true, so I need to turn that off, get out of here, then run the code. Okay, now it says 71. Sweet. Okay. And if I go ahead and play some song, it should be, actually, let's set ours to like, let's set ours to like this here, 4 or 20, 50, yeah, 12, or whoops, set a song. Who cares about getting copyright written, guys, right? All right. All right, sweet. So that works. Let's change this back to 50. I'm gonna hard code it to 50 real quick. Well, not really hard coding. It's gonna be changing constantly, but you get what I mean. So that way it just opens up. All right, so that's nice. We now have it save our volume, but what about if we want to Do people usually have their songs start paused? Oh, no, we don't, because we can't do that because we don't have it actually saved as songs, and we don't have them play the moment you open the program. But what we can do... Actually, let's run this. Start muted. We could do something like save songs, but I don't have a way to implement that just yet. I haven't really tested that out. Uh, hmm. Okay, we should change something else with the settings real quick. Uh, where is the... Okay, here it is. Settings, window.title. Now by default, it changes. It just makes it the same thing as self.title. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it settings. Dark theme? Yeah, you know, I thought about that, but that's a lot of coding. Not enough time for the stream. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. How much time do we have left? How long have we been streaming for? 58 minutes. I don't know why I'm recording. I'm not supposed to be, but I think I just hit a keybind on accident. But okay, so we have like an hour to do this. Let's do it. But I want to do a drop-down menu. Okay. I need to go to Kinter drop-down menus. Come on. Where is tutorials point? Alright. Option menu. Hey, sweet. Okay. Maybe a special theme, pink and orange. I don't know. I mean, I can do something like a dark and light mode. Yeah, let's do that. I want to use this option menu. So you know what? Let's go to settings real quick. And where's settings? I can't even find my own functions and methods anymore. Okay. Yeah, so let's make a option menu button. So, yep. Okay, so themes menu is going to be equal to option menu. Now we're going to blit the content to the settings frame again. Now, let's see. Menu equals string var. Okay, drop equals option menu. Drop dot pack. What happens if we actually just value hi, hello, where did I go? What the heck? Okay. Themes menu dot grid. Row equals 2, column equals 0, column span equals 2. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Missing one variable. What? Okay. Okay, whatever. I guess I need to look up on here. Menu equals string var. Okay, so let's just remove this here. String var. And what does it say? Okay. Menu dot set, or whoops, themes menu dot set, select theme. Okay. All right, so that's nice. Select theme. And then they go ahead and make a drop. So oh, okay, so drop down. Drop down equals option menu. So settings, frame, crap, themes menu, and then dark, light. String var has no. That's just what they did here, though. Oh, okay. No, they don't grid it. So actually what I need to do is remove this. Change this to drop down. Okay, now we should be good to go. That doesn't really look good. Does it even come with the command? Okay, it does come with the command. Okay. I mean, we can probably make do with it. Themes. No, what am I doing? Okay. Def set theme. No, what am I doing? Okay, so I need to come down here and type in theme. And honestly, we're gonna set to null for now. By the way, in case you don't know, null is the same thing as none in Python. It's just it uses null because it was made for JS. Alright, so self.data theme, yeah. Theme is gonna be equal to drop down dot so will I get the selection get. Return the contents of the current X selection. Okay. Theme. Alright, let's see what that does. Maybe that does something. takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Okay, then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna type in val and set it to none. So that way it'll catch that error and just chuck it out the window. Whoa, okay. Primary selection doesn't exist or form, string not defined. Okay. Alright, ChatGPT, don't fail me. How can I grab the value from an option menu object, selected value, I should say, into Kinter? Okay, so selected value equals selected variable dot get. Themes menu dot get. Oh, come on, I could have thought of that myself. I hope it's not, I hope it doesn't work, because if it does, I'm going to feel really stupid. But I'm also going to be glad. You've got to be kidding me. So now all I have to do is just... You know what? Screw this whole project. Clearly, I'm not learning much from it myself. Yeah, that's a lie. I am a little bit. Oh my goodness, man. If this works, I'm gonna be pissed. You've got to be joking me. It was that easy all along? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we got that to work. Now I want like a little text from it. So actually, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna remove this, because now what we need to do is if self.data theme, or we'll do light first. If I could figure out how to make it follow the system, like the systems, like the Windows theme, then I'll see how I can figure that out later. But today we're just going to deal with light and dark. So self.data theme equals light. Then what we're going to do is we are going to type, for now we're going to type in themes menu dot set how on earth did this guy do that? Okay, so self.data theme. Or no, wait a minute. It's gonna be... Well, we could do that. Light mode. No, we're just gonna do light. And then... So now, since it's... So this is set to dark. So when we run this, we should expect that to say dark. Okay, it does. Sweet. And if I exit out, close this, run it again, it should say light. Okay, and it does. Sweet. So we now have it save the entire thing. Okay, so... we need to have so where is the freaking okay. Add y is gonna be equal to 10. Alright, good. Now what we can do is we can add some text. So themes text or themes label. So okay. Themes label is equal to label select theme and I'm gonna set the font to tiny bold. And actually I don't know why that has a column span. It shouldn't. Themes label dot grid. Now if I go ahead and run this, let's see what this looks like. What the heck? Okay, no, that's because it's gridding into the same area as the drop down, so it should do better. Alright, there we go. Alright. Sweet. And so we can actually close that down as well. So that's really it. Let's make an apply button. Alright. Because I believe yeah, most settings buttons have an apply thing. And an exit button. You know what? No. Yeah, we'll have an apply button, but it's really just gonna exit. Because I've noticed the way we have these formatted, it saves the data inside the function. It just doesn't set the data. Now if we wanted to, we could just remove that. We can remove this whole with open crap. And actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's do that. That makes so much more sense. And then self.data theme. Okay, so if themes menu dot get equals dark, then it was sorry guys, I'm texting at the moment. Okay. So if this themes menu is equal to dark, BG theme, we're gonna set it equal to light gray. Sequencer background. That's not what I expected. I think it's like this. I don't know. It's probably like this, actually. Okay. Yeah. Elif theme submenu get is equal to light We're gonna set that to none. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I use else here and elif for the themes? Well, that's because we can add more themes in the future. We could do like a red theme, a green theme, a blue theme, etc. So, you know, we're not going to be just switching between two values. We could be switching between more in the future. News channel. Hi, Para. Hello there, news channel. Good to see you. But yes, like I was saying, here we have if and else because we're dealing with booleans, and here we have if and elif because we could be dealing with multiple values in the future. Now, I am gonna, can I access this? Because I know I had this problem in C# today when I was coding in C#. BG theme, no. So I need to globalize that. Light pink theme. Yeah, we can add that eventually. That's why I'm using if and elif. Because then later on we could just do elif themes menu dot get equals pink or something. You know, we can add that in there and then we can add all that. But okay. And of course, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set BG theme is equal to. Actually, you know what? Yeah, BG is equal to. Is what we're gonna have to do now is we'll have to copy and paste this all the way down here. And we can remove this because this is unneeded. Not needed. Unneeded, not needed. Which way is the best way to say it? Okay. And it's gonna run this in a while true loop, so I don't know. If I need to, I could just add this here. Or I could just make it do all that there, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in, I'm gonna make a buttons list frames list, and yeah, so in here we're gonna put play button, pause button, stop button. We are gonna do mute toggle button, back button, forward button, settings button, add button, del button, or delete button. Okay, so then we have top frame, bottom frame, playlist frame, main frame, and then we just have, well, yeah, we need self. Now, for button in buttons, or list button.config background is equal to bg theme. Then for frame and frames list frame.config. Can I not? Okay, so frame.config. Yeah. So why is config not... Alright, I don't care. It's probably just... Yeah. And then we can copy and paste this again. Elif dark. And then we'll just set... Actually, no, this needs to be dark. Yeah. And this will be... none. So now, okay, I haven't set the dark. What happens if I go ahead and run this code? Okay, so we have the... Everything looks darker. Now let's actually see if it'll change to... Let's see if there's dark gray. It won't hurt our eyes. Okay, there is a dark gray. Sweet. There's a problem with that, and it's this here. This should be actually a PNG, like these. But we can just fix that later. So that's nice. Okay. Now we actually need to do the same thing with labels. So labels list, it's going to be equal to label. What all labels do we have? Okay, song name label. So name label, duration label, album image label, artist name label, date time label, and there should be a label that just says audio player somewhere. Okay, there's also a path label I need to worry about. Alright, let's just go ahead and close this out. Okay, title. Sweet. Title. And then, what was that other one? Path label. So, we're going to take this. Get rid of artist. I don't know why that's there. Okay, take this and put it here as well. And then for label and labels list, label dot config, background is equal to that. Then hello Cobra Plays, welcome to the stream. All right, now if I go ahead and run this code, everything looks better. Okay, we need album name. Okay, so album name, whoops, name label. And I'm just gonna put that up here as well. And since we only have one slider, we can just come back here and then volume slider config, background is equal to BG theme. Sweet. Okay. And then we need to do the same thing here as well. Okay. Alright. That's a little weird. Why is there a border there? That's not right. Okay, album image label. I think that's... Yeah, okay, never mind. I know why. Because this was classified as a label rather than just an image, I think. So why is there a border here? Okay. Actually, list box dot config, and an actually background's gonna be light gray. There we go. Now, sir, why is this have a white border? Let's go. Actually, hey, you know what I can do? Go to definition. No. To references. I want to see where this was actually made. Orient horizontal. Let's see if border equals none does a thing. No. Okay. Alright. I have a volume slider that has its border as white while the area around it is gray. Highlight thickness. Okay. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy and paste this code into test2.py and see what that looks like. Okay, now draw color. You know what? I bet it's because background gray. What if I change BG to that as well? Equals light gray. No. I wonder if that's why. Let's run this. No. Whoa, what the heck is this? Come on now, that's not right. Oh shoot, I did it in the wrong spot. That's why I did that. I was like, what the heck? Alright, let's try this. This should work now. No, it doesn't. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go here. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And we're just gonna paste that into here. And see how that works. Okay, so I mean it works, I guess. Now I'm gonna copy and paste all this. I'm actually, I'm not even gonna worry about closing those. Just gonna worry about going to settings, set theme. Actually, wait a minute. All I really need to do is just copy and paste that. There we go. We're gonna have to do that here. Obviously. We're gonna remove this, scroll all the way down, grab the light, come up here, and remove this. And now if I go ahead, settings, light, and what happened now? Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have the apply button. Crap. Okay, well, that's done. Now let's make the apply button. Okay, boom, boom. All right, so apply button is equal to button. And this is gonna just be this is gonna be the settings window because we don't care for it to be gridded on the settings frame, sorry. Command is gonna be equal to none for now. And then here's what you do. Text is gonna be equal to apply and exit. Actually, wait a minute. Why didn't set theme do that? It should have very well updated those. Huh, it's a little strange. This can go away though. How long have we been streaming for? Hour and 35 minutes. This is probably gonna be pushing like 2 hours, 2.5 maybe. Okay. Apply button dot pack. Now, see how that looks up on here. Okay. Add y is going to be equal to 10. 20, yeah. Sweet, now we just need an apply method. Apply. And all this is going to do is just going to type in with open options slash settings dot JSON. Come home, your son misses you. WSF. And then JSON dot dump self dot data. F indent is going to be equal to 4. Now, okay, strange. So I didn't actually change it. That's a little weird. Okay, I think I know why. So I'm gonna change it to save and exit. Sweet. Boom. Okay, apply. And we're just gonna type in crap. What was it? Okay, settings window dot destroy. And all destroy does is it's just gonna close it out basically. So like if I go up here, hit this save and exit button. Wait, never mind. I pulled a stupid and forgot to actually set that equal to the command. But if I go up here, run code, all it does is just do that. So select light, save and exit. Now, as to why it didn't do all that is what baffles me. So what I probably should do is change these to that, although it shouldn't matter. Okay, now if I go ahead and open this up again. Okay, sweet, and change. Okay, so that's a problem. Why is it doing that? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Please tell me. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Why are we globalizing that? We don't need to globalize that, do we? Yeah, no. We actually have this set to dark gray. Now, if I go ahead and run code, set this to dark. Okay, so it does that. And I hit save and exit. Go back to the light. Doesn't do anything. Now, why? Why does it not do anything? Okay. So that's a separate issue. It must be some sort of inconsistency down here. Let's copy and paste this again. There's got to be some sort of inconsistency with these two. Because right now it's light, right? Okay, then I'll go dark. Save and exit. Light. Save and exit. Yeah. That's weird. It's like it doesn't want to... And like the thing is, it shouldn't... I wonder if it has something to do with this. I mean, I wouldn't think so. Whoops. Because that's like that down here. Making themes are so much fun. Yes, they indeed are, especially when they don't want to work. Like, you would think... I don't even know why this is not working. It's not... So this should evaluate to false when you open the file. Okay, it does. So this evaluates to false. No. Stop. Stop it. What? Okay. Run code. Okay, so this evaluates to false, and then it goes to this elif block here. That's correct. That's what it should do. But why is it that when I go up to this set theme here, it simply doesn't want to do anything? I mean, is it not able to... I wonder if it's not scoping the actual, like, buttons. No, it has to be because this works. Uh, I'm really confused. Uh, all right, guys. I don't know what to do at this point. It shouldn't be. Okay, yeah. Huh. I wonder if this has anything to do with it. Okay, yeah, that didn't fix it like I thought it would. That sucks. I wonder if it's not actually changing the background theme. And I dropped something. Ah. So it'll evaluate this. If I open this up right now, change it to dark, boom, works. So the problem is this part here. Because this part is exact same here. And it worked. And this here works. Alright. If I were to close this program out and reopen it, it'll open up in a dark theme. Yada yada yada. Click light, won't do anything, but if I save and exit and then open it back up, boom, it does it like it normally should. But the problem is it's not. What if I change that to just a regular if? Maybe I need to do that. And if I, oh shoot, whoops. And if I go ahead and run it again, yeah, okay, so that's somewhat alright. It doesn't make a difference. It's what I figured. So what is the issue here? What if I just make it white? Maybe it doesn't like making it none. What? That was the problem? It wouldn't take it as a none value. It would take it as a... It only takes it as string. And in that case, what is this? Why does this work? You know what? I bet it's because it doesn't even evaluate this second, this elif block here. So you know what? We're gonna change that to just white. And then, we'll do trough color. Alright, let's just... I'm gonna put this back as none, just because I want to see what that looks like when you open it up. Okay, so... Right, sweet, okay. Yeah, that's so stupid. Because I used none before. They must have updated it. Okay, so you can't have a null or none value for a background theme, I guess. So that, whatever. I mean, I'm fine using white. It's just like, that should have worked. I mean, oh well. Okay, so I need to change that playlist thing back to freaking... Yeah. Playlist box... dot config... BG theme. Okay. Now, if I go to dark, and light. Okay, so that actually needs to be... Well, the thing is, yeah, you're right. It wouldn't make sense, but the thing is, like, in most of the Tkinter, like, widgets, like, you don't have to provide a background, and if you don't provide a background, then it's just gonna, it should set it to none by default, but they might have changed that. I'm not sure. I mean, it's possible, because you could do that if they wanted to allow you to, but I guess not now. I guess now it sets it to white by default. But I want... So, this is light theme. Okay, so I need to go up here. So, playlist box.config. Okay, well this is just stupid. So if I go to dark now, and then light, and then dark, and then light, and then dark, and then light. Okay. Save and exit, whatever. Now, how can I disable my main root if I have a top level open in Tkinter? Okay, so grab set. All right, I think I remember using grab set or something like that. Okay, well, I'm gonna just get out of here. Settings. window dot grab set. Now, if I run this code, yeah, I can't do anything until I save and exit. Okay, sweet. All right, well, I don't know what. Just remove that. What else is there I want to do? Run code. I'm probably gonna use dark theme most of the time. Okay, we need to do something with the settings. Yeah, the settings should be the same color. So yeah, what we need to do is I'm gonna go. Whoops. Go over here. Yeah, go over here and at the very bottom. No, not the very bottom. We're gonna have it look. Okay, so settings window dot config background is equal to BG theme. Or you know what? Let's just set it to white. Because I don't think BG theme will be accessible since it was only available in the set theme method. Or function, whatever you call it. You know, I still get confused. I know what the main difference between a method and function is. I think a method is like the function within a class, and while the function is just a function, but I still use them interchangeably, and I probably shouldn't because I'm gonna confuse somebody one day doing that. But settings frame dot config. All right, and then so title label, start muted label. Okay, cool. Okay, and then themes label. Okay. This is just going to be dark gray. So now, even though I have it set to dark mode, I should open this up and okay, well that sucks, but okay, save and exit. All right. So I actually didn't want to make the background white, but themes menu dot background or config, whoops. And then this is just going to be dark gray. Now, I'm not 100% worried about this whole thing, but like this, that's fine. But actually, I should probably change the button background as well. Wait a minute, that didn't work. String var has no... Okay, drop down. I need to do drop down, so... So, right there. And then... And then this will be dark gray. Now if I go ahead and run this... No, that's not right. So actually what I need to do is change this to BG, maybe? Nope. That's not right. What if I do highlight background? And for just change this, highlight background. Okay, that works. Sweet. Alright, select theme, dark, light. I should probably... So I'm gonna take this here and go to the set theme and put that in to this part here as well. Okay. Why did I do that? No, Control Y. There we go. Is that right? No, this needs to go inside here. There we go. And then for this part, I copy and paste it into the light. Okay. Now if I go ahead and close out set theme, run code, dark, light, sweet, start muted, that works. Okay, so I want to turn start muted off now. And if I go ahead and run code again, okay, sweet. This whole thing works. Nice. And okay, so if I go ahead and... So ladies and gentlemen, oh, ooh, it looks good. Thank you. Appreciate it, babe. I'm glad you love it. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We just finished our project. So a couple things to note. Obviously, compared to something like Groove on Windows 10 or something like whatever the default media player for Windows 11 is. I forgot its name. Obviously, this looks ugly compared to that. We still have this weird white background that shows up when we actually click the buttons, but that can actually be changed through the binding here. Or, no, not through the binding, but, actually, yeah, no, we'll have to bind that. But, you know, it really doesn't matter too much. Or actually, I wonder if I can... wonder if I can make the background that as well. Let's see. Play button.config bg. I wonder if this works. Okay, I didn't think so. So all we really need to do is just fix that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is basically finished. I mean, you can go ahead and convert this to a .exe file. And I'll probably do a video on that in the future just so I can show you guys how that works. But this works as it should. We have our settings set up. Our JSON file saves, you know, what our settings are. It saves our data, saves our volume. Now, obviously, ideally, you might want to use a database just so it doesn't get corrupted. But when it comes to something simple like this, JSON should not ever be corrupted. You shouldn't have these kinds of problems, mainly because you're just dealing with three dictionary variables, or dictionary keys is what they're actually called. So really, there's not much to deal with. I mean, this is basically done. We can go ahead and add our song. Let's do Lazarus Moment, so that way I don't get copywritten. And obviously this still works. Actually, I need to change that because that shouldn't have been set to 50. But other than that, this works. I mean, we can go ahead and start playing it. And yeah, pretty neat. So other than that, thank you guys so much for taking part in this code marathon I have going on. If you have enjoyed this code marathon and would like to see more live streams just like it, with other projects of course, be sure to let me know, and I will see about getting another project started for us to get into. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell as well, so that way you are notified whenever I upload or go live again. If you haven't already, be sure to join my Discord server. The link is in the description. We are currently sitting at about 670-ish members, and we are still counting. So be sure to go ahead and jump into that as well. A lot of people join mainly to get help on their code, but we also just hang out and talk about CS and all kinds of stuff, games as well. So if you want to hang out, just get help on your code, you know what to do. The link is in the description. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.